Hi, I'm so grateful that you're here and eager to follow along. Please make sure while you're doing these protocols, if at any time you find a place that's tight or hurts, always feel free to pause the tutorial to do more on that specific spot. I'm here to guide you through each and every muscle line and trigger point that becomes compensated when a region experiences dysfunction. Remember that with these protocols, you are building a skill, and fascia release is a journey, and you're following along with a professional. But as you do this more and more, your skills will become better and better. As your skills become better and better, it will lead to better and better results. Better and better results will help you feel more and more wonderful. And we're starting off on the temples. We're finding a place on the temples where when we bite down, we feel that movement in our palms. So we're scrolling around the temples, moving our palms around on the temple muscle. When we find that place that feels pretty tight, we're gonna find one. We're just gonna take a couple bite downs. 10 or so. Doing what feels good. This feels good for me right now. Next, we are taking clean thumbs into the pterygoid and masseter.
For this protocol to work at its maximum potency, it is important that we release all of these muscles before doing some of the exercises. That way, when we go through and do the exercises, there is no tension holding our face back from growing in the direction of opening the airway positively.
Almost going down a little bit, moving our thumbs around, digging around, searching for a place that feels tight. When you find a place that feels tight, apply pressure to it for 5 breaths. And then we're going to end with 10 open and closes. Taking it really slow, digging up in there deep, okay? It's all about the digging, finding a place that hurts, applying pressure, letting that fascia melt. And 10 underbite, overbite.
The last thing we're doing is moving the jaw forward and backwards, overbiting and underbiting.
Moving on to the lateral pterygoid. We're going to be going above where the cheekbone and jawbone intersect, and also below. Oh yeah. Taking some opening and closes. Releasing these muscles. Whenever we release these, we're really going to be able to sleep a lot easier with our mouth closed, because when these muscles get tight, they start pulling the chin back. Okay, when we find a good place, take a couple clenches. Okay, going on top this time, just right on top of that cheekbone, finding a place that's tight or hurts. I usually find it right in here. Same thing, when you find that spot that's pretty tight, apply a good amount of pressure. We're going to take 10 clenches.
This is one of the most important muscles to release to allow the chin to float forward and unrestrict the airway. Whenever this muscle's tight, it pulls the chin backwards, protrudes the jaw, and makes it harder to breathe through the nose. When this releases, it makes nose breathing a whole lot easier, especially in our sleep.
Okay, maybe a little massage. Next, we're moving up in the jaw, hooking up underneath. Finding that inside.
Little baby movements here are good to use your thumbs to dig around, find any place along this muscle line that's tight or hurts, and apply a good amount of pressure to it.
We're hooking up in there, finding a place that's tight or hurts. We can move it Underbite, overbite. Digging around with our thumbs. Releasing all this crap that's getting trapped in there. I didn't realize how tight I was in here. Okay, next, we're going right below the ear on both sides. Releasing this. This should genuinely make you feel wonderful after you do it, and I pray it does. And I'm so grateful that you're here following along with me right now. Moving our jaw around, taking a couple breaths here. Always good to move the hands around. Oh man, I'm trapped up in here. I'm kind of hooking up towards my skull a little bit. Moving on to the SCM. Okay, the sternos going all the way up to the ear. We're just pinching all the way up and down this muscle. Okay, looking for a place that's tight or hurts. When you find a place that's tight or hurts, we're gonna apply pressure, take that muscle in a shortened position, move it through a full range of motion. Okay, 7 to 20 reps. You can always pause the tutorial to do more of anything. Doing it on every spot on this muscle line that's tight or hurts. Okay, moving on to the other side. Going all the way up and down this muscle. When you find a place that's tight or hurts on the sterno, stop on that spot, shorten the muscle, full ranges of motion. 7 to 20 full ranges of motion. Okay, next we're doing the base of the skull. Rubbing up and down the base of the skull. When we find a place that's tight or hurts, we're gonna apply pressure there. Move our head just a little side to side. Trying to release the occipitals. Do a little massage up in here. Staying on those occipitals. This place usually tends to get really tight, and a lot of people, due to hunching over, looking at our phones. Okay. Moving on to the trap. Going all the way to the back of the neck. The trap goes all the way up to the base of the skull. So we're going all the way up and down the trap 2 or 3 times. Look for any place that's tight or hurts. When you find a place that's tight or hurts, get that muscle in a shortened position. Move through it. Do it on every single spot along this muscle line that's tight or hurts. Genuinely, I have been doing this protocol to myself, and I can see my jawline is getting a lot sharper. I haven't always had a very good jawline. So just trust the process. It's gonna take 3 to 6, it might even take a year. but I promise you that this is your one life and it will be worth it. Not for the vanity of it, but for the breathing benefits of it. Okay, any spot on that trap that's tight or hurts, do 7 to 20 full ranges of motion with pressure on the adhesion or place that hurts. Going to the other side. Going all the way up and down. Okay, when we find a place, apply pressure, shorten the muscle, apply pressure, move that muscle through full range of motion. Now make sure your hands are clean. Our fingers are going into our mouth.
This specific technique will take the most practice out of probably everything in this protocol, but it will also be one of the most potent exercises for really releasing the jaw and actually opening up our airway and allowing all of our facial structure to float more forward, allowing the airway to actually open. So for now, the goal is to feel up and around outside the molars, pushing our finger up towards our face into this muscle that I have circled for you on the anatomy figure. What you're going to notice is that after you dig around in here and search for a place that's tight or hurts and you apply pressure to it, once you release your finger, it's going to feel amazing.
It feels so good when you get it right. This one will take some practice. After you figure it out, you will feel the release and you will understand it a lot better once you get it right just one time. So take the time to practice this.
We are in between the jawbone and cheekbone, hitting the lateral pterygoid from the inside of the mouth.
Next, both fingers are not going on the teeth, but on the floor of the mouth, on the gums.
And then we are hooking our thumbs up underneath our chin to get a good stretch on our jaw, pulling our jaw forward. With this stretch, it is okay to play with slightly different angles, but the main thing is staying completely square the whole time, always going straight forward, straight back. But you can look up, you can look down, finding a place that really allows the jaw to feel like it's stretching forward and releasing all trapped, tense tissue. Taking about 10 to 20 full breaths here, noticing how much you can relax while doing this stretch.
Last, taking our 3 fingers, one on the floor of the mouth, other 2 on the molars.
Placing our fingers in our mouth and allowing gravity to pull our elbow down in order to stretch the masseter muscle. Taking 5 to 10 breaths, maybe 20 breaths if you want to here. With all of these treatments, you are always allowed to go above and beyond and do more. The only one I don't recommend you doing more on are the exercises.
Switching to the other side. Now,